Otumfuo has destooled Asanteman's longest reigning Paramount chief, Nana Kwabena Nsia Ababio of Kenyase number 2. That's where my pastor is from. He's from Kenyase number 2. I know
Kenyase.
Yes, and so this happened today, and it has been trending. It was said that the Otumfuo Otumfuo said to Otumfuo, mention his name. You have to stand up small. Otumfuo or say to the second has destooled Nana Kwabena Nsia Ababio, the Kenyase number 2 Manhean, bringing to an end his 89-year reign after being destooled in 1937, a tenure that made him widely recognized as the longest serving Paramount chief in Asanteman. Yes, and so people were asking questions in the comment section because they wanted to know exactly what happened. There's even a video where Otumfuo explained it. We are not going to bring you that video, but I'm going to summarize it for you. So it is being alleged that Nana Kwabena Nsia Ababio, Kenyase number 2 Manhean, was destooled by the Asanteman for repeated violations of Asante customs and traditions, especially creating unauthorized stools and disregarding established practices. Most of his kingmakers were also destooled for breaching their oaths of office. The Kunti Hene was paired. And so if you join us right now on Facebook, PLUZZ 899 FM, you could see the king, Kenyase number 2 Manhean, Nana Kwabena Nsia Ababio, being escorted out. I don't know if he's being escorted out, but you know that usually when these things happen, after the Otumfuo, that's the declaration and all that, his slippers is taken off from his feet, declaring that he has been destooled of his kingship. He's no more a king, and so definitely they are going to install someone else here. So if you join us again on Facebook, that's his picture, 89-year-old Manhean of Kenyase number 2. Others were like, it's so sad the fact that he's the longest serving of reigning. 1937. 37. Yes. How old is Ghana? He's far older than Ghana. Yes, and so you could see them clad in their black. I'm sure the ones clad in black are definitely from his side, where they went to the Otumfuo Menchia Palace, and then the whole Destoolment was done or performed. We are going to definitely bring you updates of this particular one, even when there's a new chief. We are definitely here for all of you, so we'll bring you updates just like I said. Now to my second story. Fishmongers and traders at Tema Manhean appeal for leniency as officials from the Sub-Metro and the Food and Drugs Authority storm the area. So it dates back to a story from the Bastard Boys, where they called for immediate FDA attention on fish handling in Tema Newtown. So they wrote that they were respectfully calling on the FDA to immediately draw the attention to the area and everything that was happening there. You could see fishmongers around the side plying their trade, or let's say even cleaning the fish and all that, by this heap of rubbish, where you could see someone even defecating. We are sorry if you are eating this afternoon, but it's very important that we bring this to you. And so let's listen to the Bastard Boys, and then we come to the fishmongers. And so, just like I said, it was a story that the Bastard Boys did, and then they drew the FDA's attention to the area and everything that was happening there. Then the FDA stormed the place. So that was the voice that you were hearing were voices of some fishmongers that were pleading with the FDA to be lenient on them, have mercy on them, because their children, they claim that their children are in the universities and they are the only ones taking care of the children. But when the Bastard Boys wrote to the FDA, drew the attention, they were talking about how fish is being handled and sold in Tema Newtown. There are growing concerns about hygiene and food safety practices during the handling, the storage and sale of fish, which may pose health risk to consumers. So they urged the FDA to come to the attention, and then they did. But the environment in which the fish is handled is cleaned, is stored, whatever. Anyway, like even if it's sold there, you shouldn't be doing this at this particular place, because you could see a heap of rubbish there, and then somebody defecating. Then you come and sell this
openly defecating.
Yes, openly. And then you come and sell this, and then you come and sell this fish to us to buy. I mean, I don't understand exactly what is going on there, but I am glad that the Food and Drugs Authority's attention was drawn, and then they immediately went there. I hope that the women have been stopped. We understand that you are feeding your children out of that, but we can definitely sell. Even if not, it's not just about the fish. There are areas that people sell at very, very bad places that are not hygienic. You go to certain places to buy from, and then you are like, no. My father always tells me that when you are buying food by a gutter, though that food is very nice, don't buy it.
It's not nice, please.
Usually those ones are the most delicious too.
Esi, I know that seriously. See, but on a more serious note, we should be very cautious of some of these things. I mean, look at the video we just played. We are literally eating filth. A fly will, go settle on what the lady delivered and then come sit on your food or anywhere, and then you end up consuming it, and then you have cholera and diarrhea and all of these, communicable diseases. That is alarming. My issue is the FDA has arrived. They are sacking the fishmongers from the place. Where are they going next? Have we allocated a place for them? Are we continually going to have officers periodically go and check if they are following?
Okay, did you say have we allocated a place for them? Is it a responsibility of the government to allocate places for people to sell? I mean,
we have the authorities who go for the ticket and the AMA ticket thing. So definitely they are supposed to.
But is there
is
there no market in Tema?
So definitely that's what I'm talking about.
There should definitely be a market.
You should send them to a place that this is where you have been allocated to operate from, and then periodically they go and check if they are following the healthy guidelines. That is whether the place is clean, are they maintaining hygiene and all of that. And then periodically they do health check for these people as well. Before you even sell food by the roadside or anywhere, you need to have your health status card and everything checked. How serious are we taking all of these things?
It's not being taken serious. Just like I said, something needs to be done about it. At least something has been done about it, because you can't be doing this and then at the end of the day you go to town and then sell it to people. It's actually very bad that, let's say you sell it to someone, the person only washes it and then just uses it to cook. Like, there are health implications.
Exactly.
Even if you wash it and you don't wash it well, there's also a health implication about that. But still on Tema, 2 individuals were arrested by the police at Tema Manhean for allegedly engaging in open defecation at the beach, that's Beach 5 area, as authorities crack down on unsanitary practices in the area. So the video is up on our screen right now, and you could see the individuals being two men, full grown men doing this Hey,
see the embarrassment
and then
written on his face.
It boils down to the places where they build, and then there are no washrooms over there. Because 2 grown men open defecation. Why? And it's not even.
And the guy is smiling.
He's smiling like he's excited about it. It's not even in the evening, no. Like broad daylight.
Why you say like that? Means you're saying in the evening it's fine.
No, I'm saying in the evening people do that, they don't get caught.
At least they are hiding.
Exactly. But you broad daylight open defecation. Why? If this should happen everywhere along our beaches, people will stop defecating there. Because I always pity those who go to beaches and then they go to swim. Honestly speaking, thank God I don't know how to swim. Because I always pity those who go to the beach. I think you should learn how to swim. No, if it's a pool, it's fine.
Because of recent happenings.
No, it's not going to happen again. You know the covenant.
Typical Ghanaian
the covenant with Noah. Yes, so it's not going to happen again. But honestly speaking, if we are engaging in this whole open defecation thing, we need to cease. We need to stop. We need to desist from it, because it's not even healthy to ourselves. But then, just like I said, it boils down to the home or house owners who build without allocating washrooms. Because if there are no washrooms in the house, where do you expect them to ease themselves?
There are public, washrooms where you can go pay.
The public ones too are not healthy. The public ones too are not healthy.
Then I think
everyone is using it.
The housing ministry needs to, make sure that before you put up a property, in your plan, there's a washroom, allocated in there.
The system isn't working. No. The system isn't working. And also, we need to change our mindset. I'll say it every time. We need to change our mindset. Because right now, it has happened here at Tema. Thankfully, security personnel are going to move from one area to the other. And then they will catch other people, because people are still doing it. Even in those big gardens. I'm probably. Away from that, you're looking at my face.
Man, probably they don't do that there, please.
I didn't mention my probably.
You whispered it, but I'm telling you.
The big gardens.
No. We don't do that there.
2KD.
Which area did you go to? Which area did you go to?
I was born in Mamprobi.
Which area? I'm not sure it's Map City you're talking about.
Okay. So, still on the whole funeral of the late Safo Kantaka, his daughter, Honorable Sarah Adwoa Safo, has firmly stated that the funeral of her late father will take place on July 30th, as previously announced. So, it was in the news that, it won't be happening anymore in July, and that there's no official date or no official burial dates for the funeral. But she has come out to debunk that claim and has said that the funeral of her late father will still take place on the 30th of July. So her comments come after her brother Nana Kojo Safo Akofena, the first head of the Safo family, a leader of the Christo Asafo mission of Ghana, announced at a press conference that disagreements over the funeral arrangement remained unresolved, making it impossible to confirm a burial date. But she spoke in a recent interview, so let's listen to what she had to say.
Reminding Onua Police Service to give us the protection. You try to all the security agencies that try your papa that way. In Pennyfo and one, the two ya phone. So Adwoa, we got the invitation. What is happening? Is it coming on? The Speaker of Parliament, the flag bearer of the NTT, the Chief of Staff of Ghana, the former Chief of Staff, the former Leader of Parliament, the Leader of Parliament. Me and they, it's a new group. One only a busian what 3 B2 on our mobile. Papa no wa bebobra. So na ya musemo be yiye we abegu mani mu ase na Adwoa ka se ene ma teme ho madane amamu mo makoye bibi trokan dia papa baby a oba me bobra kodu ye no I'm willing to give him a befitting burial.
Na yewe abusuapani na ene di nkomo so from Asuminya area ho no wono so be kan se da bi abusua na ye ayiye no nti em se o mo so ne unu aketwa Nana Kojo Safo Akofena aka bom se wo mo so wo mo.
Yeah, and so she further alleged that the head of the Safo family failed to proceed with an earlier funeral date scheduled for June 25th, leading to the current arrangement for the funeral to be held in the last week of July. She also disclosed that she has undergone successful surgery after sustaining gunshot injuries during the coronation of Nana Adwoa Safo Akufo-Addo the first. And so the whole back and forth, there's even relative or a family head that came out to say there's no funeral date yet. The head of the family has also said there's no funeral date yet. So right now we don't know who to listen to, and so we'll definitely wait for an official statement, maybe from the family head again or from any other person, because if it's not the family head, then who will release a statement to KD? So we are confused. We don't know if indeed it is happening this weekend or sometime later in the year. Now to my next story. Shatta Wale is still in the trends because he's given full details on what happened between him and Burna Boy. He was asked questions again on the Honest Bunch podcast about his relationship with Burna Boy, where he mentioned that when Burna Boy came to Accra, he accommodated him, went around with him, showed him around. Even like they did so much together, but there were some members of his team that he didn't want to work with any longer, who went around saying certain things to certain people that he respected so much, and so that caused his relationship with Burna Boy. But Burna Boy is still someone he respects and loves. Let's listen to what Shatta Wale had to say.
He told Burna Boy that I was fucking his girl he brought to Ghana, and he just bought it in. Burna Boy is the only artist that respectfully called me from Nigeria and told me he was coming to Ghana, but I should come and pick him at the airport. I've never done that for any artist before in Nigeria. And I felt some way because I was like, I know Burna Boy, you know. And that time he was like in his low, you know, time. So I was like, okay, let's go pick him. So one of his friends, the Nigerian, came to meet me in Ghana and said I should. So we picked him at the airport, brought him down. And I was treating Burna Boy in Ghana like a king. I was showing him the ropes of Ghana, that this is my town. You know, you feel free, give him a house, give him cars, you know, anything he needed. He wasn't wasting money in Ghana. I had this team I was working with, and they were messing up. So I actually told them that I didn't want to work with them anymore. All like 5 or 7 of these boys that I sacked were calling every rich man or every special person in my life to tell them in their wives.
What?
And one affected Burna. That's what they told Burna Boy, that I was his girl he brought to Ghana. And he just bought it in. I have like billionaire friends that they called, and they, you know, the men were like, if they called them for this kind of things, they're going to arrest them. Like they should stop, you know, they literally wanted to break me to everybody, you know. So they told Burna, and he got to a time, you know, when he left me in Ghana, things weren't good for us still, because, you know, when he came to Ghana, you know, me, I've already settled, you know, like, you know, have my properties and my businesses running and stuff like that. But I was always praying that, Charlie, this guy, make it hit, and, you know, maybe life could change for me much more better, you know. So when I saw, like, Burna, like, moving to, like, places, I was like, always messaging him. So, bro, like, you know, you need to call me. And the mom is like my mother, because one time Burna had a problem in Ghana. They had to drive from Nigeria to Ghana. I met them, took them somewhere safe, was taking care of them. You understand me? Like, the mother knew, like we're brothers. So I was like, when I saw him moving, I was like, let me just be messaging. I've been messaging, I don't understand. Like, he doesn't reply. So I was like, let me call mommy. So I called the mom one time and was like, you know your brother now, he leaves his phone and blah, blah. I said, mommy, tell him I want to talk to him. I'm loving what I'm seeing, like, on the internet. Like, you know, God is, you know. I didn't know they've told him, and he decided not to talk to me. I just thank God that God has put Burna somewhere, but it hurts me that he didn't listen to me to explain to him that this was what the boys were doing.
Yes, so we had Dada Shatta speaking. He said that he accommodated Burna. He treated Burna Boy like a king in Ghana when he came to Ghana. And so when people started saying things to him that he was sleeping with his girlfriend, he was surprised. So he called him, he didn't answer. He even went to the extent of calling Burna's mother, who we know is Burna Boy's manager.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, he's busy, he will get back to you and all that, and didn't. But like I said earlier, he said he still loves and respects Burna Boy because he wanted to see him where he is now, and he's proud of the person that Burna Boy is. But you know, social media, anytime there are these things happening, they try to fish out past statements or past comments and then bring them out to try to derive some sort of meaning out of everything that's happening. So a post from 2022 from Shatta Wale says that because he's a rapist, he is jealous. I did the same to his girl because that's his job, raping jealousy. So I don't know. I
As
really
in
don't.
he was referring to
Burna
Boy
yes,
as someone who engaged in that act.
Because he tagged Burna Boy.
Okay.
Yes, and said because he's a rapist, he's jealous. I did the same to his girl because that's his job. And so people are like, if this is what he posted in 2022, why is he now saying that this was what caused the fallout or the break in their relationship? That's between himself and Burna Boy. So people want him to again come out to explain
and clarify
that post from 2022 and then exactly what he's saying now in 2026.
I think they had a beautiful, friendship, and it was nice. I mean, they had bangers together, the Hosanna song and all of that. Whoever went to say what to Burna Boy, and then some friends of Shatta Wale to cause, some break in relationship with some of the people in his circle, definitely didn't do well. And then, as Shatta Wale rightly mentioned, it is only fair that you ask your brother that, oh, this is what I heard, and then you get some clarifications and you solve the issue amicably. But that didn't happen. As Shatta Wale rightly spoke, he's looking forward to a moment where maybe they can talk things out and then reunite, because for him to say he still loves him as the brother or as the king he has grown to become, there's a possibility that they can come together. Probably Burna Boy might be coming up with a statement or something that will let the reconnection happen. But I think the two of them are outstanding, greats, and it will be nice and lovely to see them back together as friends, even if it's not going to be as they were before. It can be better.
To my final story, Ghanaian dancer and choreographer Endurance Grant has featured in the Children of Blood and Bone. We really need to put our hands together for her because this is beautiful. There, Bonsemi. This is actually very beautiful.
Clapping your face.
So the dancer and content creator was spotted in the behind the scenes footage from the highly anticipated Hollywood fantasy epic Children of Blood and Bone. I actually saw the behind the scenes yesterday. It's very beautiful. The film, directed by Gina Prince by the Wood and based on best-selling novel by Tommy Adeyemi, boasts a star-studded cast including Tuso Imbedu, Damson Idris, Viola Davis, Idris Elba, Ira Star, Regina King, and is expected to be released. That's the movie's theatrical and IMAX release is expected on January 15th, 2027. But everyone who has seen the behind the scenes and everyone who has seen the portion where Endurance Grant was featured is excited and happy about the fact that we are still putting Ghana on the map, be it the dancers, be it the musicians, people in the creative industry. And it's beautiful to see when all these things are happening. Yes, so let's watch that very beautiful video.
I want us to create a world that we can be inspired by. We do this together. That's definitely the vibe that I've been feeling from everybody. We just want to do it.
Traditional birthday paint
Yep, so we saw some of the actors and actresses that we know. So Endurance just appeared on our screen. You didn't see her, I did, to Katie. Yes, so those who joined us on Facebook definitely saw her. So we've seen Idris Elba, Ira Star, Viola Davis, the Woman King, and so many beautiful and handsome actors and actresses. And we can't wait to watch the movie, especially the part where Endurance Grand plays which will be released on January 15, 2027.
2027.
Yes,
Oh.
2027. Hey, we are in July. I guess September, October, November, December, January. But still, we can't wait. We are definitely anticipating this.
I mean, we are excited for Endurance, and I think it's a beautiful piece, and we can't wait to see the entire movie, roll out. January is kind of far. They should have delivered it in December.
In December, that a lot goes into it, so definitely, yeah. That will be all for trends today.